The Pied Piper of Hamelin. Once upon a time, on the banks of a great river in the north of Germany, lay a town called Hamelin. The citizens of Hamelin were honest folk who lived contentedly in their grey stone houses. The years went by and the town grew very rich. Then, one day, an extraordinary thing happened to disturb the peace. Hamelin had always had rats, and a lot too, but they'd never been a danger, for the cats had always solved the rat problem in the usual way, by eating them. All at once, however, the rats began to multiply. In the end, a black sea of rats swarmed over the whole town. First they attacked the barns and storehouses. Then, for lack of anything better, they gnawed the wood, cloth, or anything at all. The one thing they didn't eat was metal. The terrified citizens flocked to the town hall to plead with the town councillors to free them from the plague of rats.
"It just can't be done without help,"
said the mayor sadly. Just then, while the citizens milled around inside, there was a loud knock at the door.
Who can it be?
Who can it be?
They gingerly opened the door, and to their surprise, there stood a tall, thin man, dressed in brightly coloured clothes with a long feather in his hat, and waving a gold pipe at them.
"I've freed other towns of beetles and bats, and for 1,000 florins I'll get rid of your rats."
1,000 florins? We'll give you 50,000 if you succeed.
At once the stranger hurried away, saying,
"It's late now, but at dawn tomorrow there won't be a rat left in Hamelin town."
The sun was still below the horizon when the sound of a pipe wafted through the streets of Hamelin. The Pied Piper slowly made his way through the houses, and behind him flocked the rats. Out they scampered from doors, windows, and gutters, rats of every size. And as he played, the stranger marched down to the river and straight into the water, up to his middle. Behind him swarmed the rats, and every one of them was drowned and swept away by the current. By the time the sun was high in the sky, there was not a single rat in the town. There was even greater delight at the town hall, until the piper tried to claim his payment.
50,000 florins? Never!
Exclaimed the mayor.
1,000 florins at least!"
Cried the Pied Piper angrily.
The rats are all dead now, and they can never come back, so be grateful for 50 florins, or you'll never get even that.
His eyes flashing with rage, the Pied Piper pointed a threatening finger at the mayor.
"You'll bitterly regret ever breaking your promise,"
he said, and vanished. That night, freed from the nightmare of the rats, the citizens of Hamelin slept more soundly than ever. And when the strange sound of piping wafted through the streets at dawn, only the children heard it. Drawn as if by magic, they hurried out of their homes. Again the Pied Piper paced through the town. This time, it was children of all sizes that flocked at his heels to the sound of his strange piping. The long procession soon left the town and made its way through the wood and across the forest, till it reached the foot of a huge mountain. When the piper came to the dark rock, he played his pipe even louder still, and a great door creaked open. Beyond lay a cave. In trooped the children behind the Pied Piper, and when the last child had gone into the darkness, the door creaked shut, blocking the entrance to the cave forever. Only one little lame boy escaped this fate. It was he who told the anxious citizens searching for their children what had happened. And no matter what people did, the mountain never gave up its victims. That was all the people ever knew. The children never came back. All that was left of the piper and the rats was just the big street that led to the river. So they called it the Street of the Pied Piper. Many years were to pass before the merry voices of other children would ring through the streets of Hamelin. But the memory of the harsh lesson learned that day lingered in everyone's heart forever. And that is the end of the story.